Every day, you make hundreds of choices: what to wear, what to eat, what to say, how to react. But have you ever stopped and asked yourself, why? Why do you feel angry when criticized? Why do you keep checking your phone when you promised yourself you wouldn't? And why do you sometimes sabotage your own happiness? The answers are hidden deep within your mind. And today, we'll uncover them through the wisdom of Psychology 101 by Paul Kleinman. This isn't just a book, it's a map to understanding how your mind truly works. Psychology is the study of why we think, feel, and act the way we do. Kleinman begins by reminding us, your thoughts didn't just happen, they recreated by years of patterns, emotions, and memories. Imagine your mind like an iceberg, the tip above the water that's your conscious mind, what you know. But beneath the surface lies the massive subconscious filled with your fears, instincts, and beliefs you rarely notice. And it's that hidden part that drives most of your behavior. Think about it. Have you ever snapped at someone you love and wondered where that came from? Or found yourself procrastinating on a goal you genuinely want to achieve? That's your subconscious at work, running on old programs and unresolved feelings. It's like having a co-pilot you've never met, who occasionally grabs the controls and steers you in a direction you didn't choose. Understanding this hidden part of yourself is the first step to becoming the pilot of your own life, not just a passenger. It's not about fighting your subconscious. It's about making friends with it, understanding its language, and working together to create the life you truly desire. Freud believed that inside all of us lives a battle between three forces. The ID wants pleasure right now. The superego wants perfection, moral, controlled, flawless. And the ego stands in the middle, trying to keep peace. When you want to eat that extra slice of cake, that's the ID screaming, give it to me now. When you feel guilty afterward, that's the superego wagging its finger, saying, you should have known better. When you try to justify it, just one won't hurt. Or I had a hard day. I deserve this. That's your ego playing diplomat, trying to manage the conflict. Till listen, we're all fighting silent wars inside our own heads, every single day. Understanding these voices helps you take back control. Instead of being pulled in three different directions, you can become the calm, conscious leader of your inner world. You can acknowledge the ID's desire for pleasure without letting it rule you. You can listen to the superego's drive for morality without letting it drown you in guilt. And you can empower your ego to make balanced, wise decisions that serve your long-term well-being. This isn't about silencing any one part of yourself. It's about creating harmony. Psychology 101 shows how habits form through something called conditioning. We've all heard of Pavlov's dogs, who learned to salivate at the sound of a bell because they associated it with food. We, too, are conditioned by likes, notifications, and rewards. Every ping from your phone gives us a small hit of dopamine, the brain's pleasure chemical. Every scroll through a newsfeed pulls us deeper into a cycle of seeking instant gratification. We've been trained to be distracted without even realizing it. But here's the twist, a beautiful, empowering twist. Once you see your patterns, you can reprogram them. If you can be conditioned into distraction, you can condition yourself into discipline. You can create new associations. Imagine associating the act of opening a book with a feeling of calm, or tying the habit of your morning workout to the reward of feeling energized and accomplished all day. It starts with awareness. Notice the triggers. What makes you reach for your phone? What makes you procrastinate? By identifying the bell, you gain the power to change your response. You can become the master of your own conditioning, not its slave. Why do emotions feel so powerful, so overwhelming at times? Because they evolved to protect us. They are ancient survival mechanisms. Fear warns us of danger, telling us to be cautious. Anger pushes us to act when a boundary has been crossed. Sadness tells us to slow down, rest, and process a loss. Joy reminds us we're alive and on the right path. But when you let emotions control you instead of understanding them, you lose your balance. Psychology teaches a powerful lesson. Feel everything, but believe nothing too quickly. Your feelings are valid, but they are not always facts. When a wave of anger washes over you, don't just react. Observe it. Then ask, what is this emotion trying to teach me? Is it pointing to an injustice? A feeling of being disrespected? A need that isn't being met? This practice of observing your emotions without judgment is the foundation of emotional intelligence. The core of all personal growth. It's the difference between being a boat tossed around by the stormy sea of your feelings and being the lighthouse that stands firm, guiding you safely to shore. Memory is not a camera. It's a storyteller, one that your mind edits constantly, often without your permission. Sometimes you remember things that never happened. Other times, you forget moments that defined you. The brain is incredibly efficient, but it's also deeply biased. Confirmation bias makes you favor information that supports what you already believe. Hindsight bias convinces you that you knew it all along after an event occurs. Social bias makes you agree with the group, even if you secretly disagree. All of these cognitive shortcuts shape your reality, creating a version of the world that fits neatly into your existing mental models. So next time you're absolutely sure you're right, pause, take a breath, ask yourself, is this the objective truth or just the version my brain prefers? That simple pause, that moment of self-inquiry, the mark of a true thinker. It's what separates wisdom from certainty. It allows you to see the world and yourself with greater clarity and humility, opening the door to learning and growth. Humans are wired to connect. It's in our DNA. But in that fundamental need for connection lies a powerful force: influence. Psychology 101 explores how we unconsciously mimic others, their moods, their opinions, even their spending habits. If you've ever felt your mood lift just by being around a happy friend, or felt an urge to buy something because everyone else has it, you've experienced this. We crave belonging so much that we sometimes trade our authenticity for approval. We smooth our rough edges, silence our unique perspectives, and try to fit into a mold that isn't ours. But true, lasting joy doesn't come from fitting in it. It comes from understanding yourself so deeply that you have the courage to stand alone when you need to. When you master your own psychology, you stop living for the applause of others, and you start living for your own inner peace. You discover that the most profound connection you can make is the one with your true self. In the final lessons, Kleinman shares something profound. Happiness is not a constant state, you chase it. As a byproduct of a meaningful life, people who chase pleasure often burn out, always needing the next hit of excitement to feel good. But people who chase purpose, who align their actions with their values, feel truly alive. The key to this deeper sense of fulfillment lies in small, consistent practices. Gratitude for what you have right now. Self-awareness to understand your inner world, and mindfulness, the practice of being present in the moment. When you learn to observe your mind instead of constantly reacting to its every whim, a natural sense of peace begins to follow. You stop being a slave to your fleeting thoughts and emotions. You start to see that happiness isn't out there somewhere to be found. It's an in-here job. It's the quiet contentment that arises when you live in harmony with yourself. Your mind can be your greatest enemy or your greatest ally. It all depends on how well you understand it. As Paul Kleinman writes in Psychology 101, once you understand the reasons behind your actions, you gain the power to change them. You don't have to be a victim of your own habits, fears, or anxieties. You can become the architect of your mind. So start small. Today, just notice your thoughts without judgment. Question one habit. Ask why you do it. Because the moment you become aware of the moment, you shine a light on the inner workings of your mind to begin to awaken. If this journey opened your mind, be sure to watch our next video, where we explore how your subconscious mind secretly controls your entire life. This is Next Level, you helping you become your most aware, powerful self. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload.